Hey, what's up, guys? Just doing a little bit of driving around, trying to hit a grocery store on Black Friday. Figured since the traffic is horrendous, not a bad time for a video. I watched a video recently. I think it's the Engineered Explained guy. He's super smart. He has a whole bunch of good videos, but I kind of disagreed on one thing. I guess his statement was more of like a general statement. I'm talking specifically for diesels. I mean, might not be 100% correct, but this is why I do what I do. I like to have all my fluids as hot as possible all the time. So when I drive to work, I want to try to get all of the oil in all systems of the vehicle up to operating temperature, because when they design a vehicle, you designed your maximum efficiency at your operating temperature. So whatever your compression chamber combusts that's your goal. So they set everything, when your thermostat opens, they set everything like that when your electric fan turns on to get to that optimal temperature. But we live in a society where obviously there's weather changes, so not everywhere is going to be perfect temperature. And I live in Michigan, which is far from perfect temperature. We got 30-degree rain right now. It sucks. But having a big diesel truck and doing short trips with it, I try to get it up to temp all the time. So I let my vehicle warm up for 15 to 20 minutes. It's a hassle. I'm going to try to get remote start soon, but for now, that's what I do. But the main thing is wear. I mean, people don't understand how much damage you can do to a turbo with the heating and cooling down of the turbo. So it's a pretty standard turbo. Max RPM is about 150,000 per minute, which is insane. When you think about a ball bearing ripping around the center point of that turbo 150,000 times a minute, and then you're putting cold oil in there to support it, I mean, the wear in the bearings of your turbo is going to be ridiculously horrible. So why people don't heat them up better, I don't know. But along with that, not only just the heating up, that's a freaking huge Jeep. Oh, that's sweet. Sorry, I'm a huge Jeep guy. Along with that, the cooling down. A lot of people don't understand how hot a turbo can get. So, I mean, they look at EGT. So EGT's on a diesel. If you're hot, when I used to do diesel regenerations with the Duramax, your cat would be at around 1300-ish, pretty standard. And that's on just load that's created at idle. You know what I mean? When you're pulling a trailer or anything like that, EGTs are going to be ridiculous. And in a gas, they're even hotter than that. So this is specifically towards gas engines like EcoBoost, because a lot of people, are fairly smart with diesels. They understand certain things like that. But a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a turbo car or a turbo, F-150 or whatever. So they're hot riding around or towing a trailer or something. You sit and park, shut it immediately off. They don't understand how hot that turbo is. And then you cut off the flow because the oil isn't pumping anymore. It's just sitting there. So you have these lightweight oils like a OW20, OW30, stuff like that. And it's just sitting in there consistently in your ridiculously hot turbo. So it cokes it up. So you do this readily because you don't know what's going on. Your turbo is going to go. And I think if anybody out there is a mechanic and they want to get to the next niche of the market to be able to make some money, turbo vehicles, man. People are going to blow them up. These turbos are going to go out. And if you know how to fix them, you're going to be getting bank, man. Buying these vehicles up, people don't know what's going on. Throw a turbo in it, put some clean oil in it, run it. That's going to be a huge money maker. Because everything's pretty much having to go to turbo because of the tunability of it. You can, drive it real easy and pass emissions, and yet when you need the power, you give it a little more footle. Turbo spools, it gets the power you need. But that's just kind of my thought for today. That's why I let my truck cool down for at least probably a minute at idle when I go to stop. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. I haven't hooked to a trailer yet. I want to get a pyrometer to see what my EGTs actually are. But for now, I do it So, I mean, it's not that long, you know what I mean? Even the more you do it, the better, to a certain extent. You don't have to sit out there for 20 minutes while it's cooling down, but I don't know. I don't get it. With any vehicle, even if you don't really care about it, give it 20 seconds just to have all the fluid fully circulated. I mean, I read an article where it was saying that a diesel truck during the winter up in Canada, they timed it with a conventional oil, like a 1540 non-synthetic. And in some cases, I mean, it's ridiculous temperature. It was, I think, below zero. I think it was 17 below. But it took almost 2 minutes for oil to get to the area of the turbo. So you want to talk about wear, 2 minutes running these turbos. I mean, some people drive it too right away. So the wear along with that, 2 minutes of not being able to circulate fresh oil is like, you could just piss that turbo away, say goodbye. But anyway, that's kind of my rant for the day. If you have any comments or you think what I'm doing is wrong, a lot of people don't understand that so many of these people put these videos up, and I base what I do on what I know. If I find out something else, like let's say the Engineering Explained guy actually has a very credible person come on who's a scientist and develops diesel engines and says, you know what, actually I designed these things and it's better for them if you just start them up, put them in gear and go. Well, guess what? I'll be switching to that, you know what I mean? But I do what I do with the basis that I do what the best information is out there to keep my vehicle running the longest. That's what I try to do. So I suggest you guys do the same. It's their investment, man. You can get vehicles as expensive as a house now, and it's just a standard, you know, work truck. So like I said, if you guys have any comments or anything like that, feel free to leave them below or subscribe. I'm going to try to get a new editing program to start putting out a little better videos, because I'm not really big into editing, but I'm going to work on it. So if you're out here, have a safe Black Friday. Don't get any accidents, and leave your big trucks at home. Take a car.